And in typical Pluggo fashion, right as the show starts, he disappears. This is the fourth or fifth time that I believe this has happened. Unbelievable. Well, on that note, hello, Love Wrestling. It is Thursday, a little bit earlier than usual tonight, 8 p.m. instead of 8:30 p.m. That's because we have a fine episode of Quizplex after us at 9:30, so stick around once we are done here. But it is a special evening here on Between Two Beards. Not only is it the 30th episode of Between Two Beards, but we have a very, very special guest this evening. You've seen us promoting it all on social media. We have stand-up comedian Blake Hammond with us this evening. So there was a story. I wish Pluggo was here to tell it with me. That jerk. Unprofessional bastard. Anyway, so Pluggo, him and I are big pop punk guys. We like pop punk. We like screamo music. We're into the same type of music. So he shared me this video that was going around on social media. I believe we saw it on TikTok, and it was of Blake, and he's talking about pop punk bands and, you know, the lyrics and things of that nature. And it popped me from the second I saw it. I laughed my ass off. I think I shared it multiple times on social media. I watched it easily a dozen, 2 dozen times. It was amazing. So we're going to play that clip, and then we're going to bring Blake on in here, and I'm sure Pluggo will be coming back at some point. If not, it's going to be the Joe and Blake show. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah, we'll play the clip right now, and then we will welcome Blake to Between Two Beards.
Clap if you guys know what pop punk or emo music is. Clap. Okay, yeah, some of you. If you guys don't know, it's basically just a bunch of 26-year-old dudes crying about how hard it is to be 15. That's the whole genre. It's the whole thing. And a lot of those dudes are getting in trouble for talking to underage girls now, which makes sense, right? Because it was all there in their lyrics, like we should have known. Because they used to have lyrics like, I wish it was summer vacation forever, so I could hang out with my girlfriend. I'm 34 years old. It's like, how did I miss that? Yeah. Is it jailbait if you're my soulmate? If age is just a number, then what's your number? Your dad's a dick. Because we went to high school together. I can do that shit for an hour, dog. I have like 100 of those written. You know? Is it so wrong if I want to chaperone your prom? Like it's so... So easy, dude.
And that clip, yeah. I was laughing my ass off behind the scenes when we were showing that. Pluggo, good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you.
I see the comments. The wife bought another Christmas tree.
Something must have happened.
one of my kids probably pulled the eat. I don't know, man, but I'm here. Blake's here. JPJ's here. Let's
Blake,
do this.
Can I ask you? Can you guess how many Christmas trees Pluggo has?
If he's followed me, he knows.
If you had to guess,
you have 5.
That's
Oh,
close. I have
that's close.
4.
Why
2
the
big
fuck?
ones, 2 little ones. And then I got, well, here's the, okay.
Why?
Yeah, no, you can tell him. Listen to this.
You ever heard of the old phrase, happy wife, happy life? She likes Christmas, loves Christmas. She wanted we have a tree in our living room, and she saw this void space in our dining room and said, we need a tree. And being a man that looks like this, I was like, sure, honey, whatever you want.
Yeah, but you can put other stuff there. Like you could get like a Santa or something. You didn't have to get like a tree. That's way too many trees. That's 3. That is 3
And then
too many
there's
trees.
that's what my best friend, the wordsmith,
The
said.
wordsmith, yeah. Wordsmith has been angry about this for
Look,
weeks.
and then we've got little ones throughout. I'll have to take an official video of like the setup and show everybody because I think it's getting like misconstrued. It looks really nice. It's pretty. It's wonderful. It smells of Christmas, which is
Is
in
she
the
holding
air.
a gun behind the scenes? So, yeah.
Sounded
She's
like, right? It sounded like she was in the room, and he's
Yeah,
like, "I gotta say
yeah.
nice things until
No,
she
it
leaves."
looks really good. I really like it. I love it. I love Christmas.
honey.
This is the no, it's the best. Like it's set up so wonderfully and
They're
beautifully.
they're
Yes,
on. They're on.
yeah, yes.
You
Blake, thank you for
don't
joining us
have-
tonight.
Blake, you don't have an extraordinary amount of something that you shouldn't.
No, we don't have enough forks. Me and my fiance don't have enough forks, and we don't know where they went. That's like literally that's our problem, and neither of us are gonna buy them. So we're just.
So
like,
do I have
"Hey,
more
forks."
Christmas trees than you have forks?
We have the same amount of Christmas trees and forks. We have 4 forks, and you have 4 Christmas trees, dude. That is crazy.
I think you probably need like double. I think you need like
We're-
8 forks to be successful.
We're both fucking living life on the edge, and we're different edges though. Like,
Do you guys get up? Do you guys argue like who's gonna wash the 4 forks we gotta eat tonight?
literally last night. I got home.
That's awesome.
I got home from a show. It was like 10:30. I was like, "Hey, I really don't want to wash the forks. Could you just do it?" She's like, "No, I did it last night." Yeah, I mean, it is a problem, but
The problem in the household. All right. Well, I don't have that problem with the amount of Christmas trees. There's 4 of them.
they're beautiful.
They're there.
Well, our
She
forks
dec-
are
she
fucking really
decorated.
nice. So
All right.
Well, now that
On that note,
we're in. I'm back. Let's just go bragging on Pluggo and his Christmas trees.
you know, sometimes
Super
you
excited
just
to have Blake here. I don't know how much actual wrestling we're going to talk tonight, but hey, that's what you expect when you come on this show.
Well, we found out beforehand. We're going to talk some football at some point
Football,
tonight.
like
We
soccer.
will talk some football, but
yeah,
first,
soccer. Yeah, big soccer.
yeah, soccer. Yeah, I could talk soccer a little bit. I kind of like soccer. I don't pay attention all the time, but I kind of pay attention.
Yeah.
But I'm a nerd, like sports wise. Like if I'm like chilling on the couch and it's late, but I don't want to go to bed and like badminton's on, I'm watching that. And then I'm gonna be like, oh, that guy's good.
I'm
And then,
like,
you know, like I
I'm
go
like-
down that, like, oh, is he from the Czech Republic? Oh, my
I don't
God,
have
what's going
time
on?
for that. I'm fluffing Christmas trees.
The what? Oh,
You gotta
Yeah,
fluff out.
He's constantly
fluffer.
decorating Christmas trees. Is what he's doing.
We're already planning, and this is not a lie. So for everybody that's been on the show and has followed us for this entire season, my wife and I had the discussion 2 days ago about what we're going to do next year because we have an entire porch that doesn't have a Christmas tree on it. So
so you're gonna get
Oh,
5.
no.
You're gonna have a 5th
We
goddamn
might-
Christmas tree. Is what you're
we
saying.
might.
You're
we
gonna have a
might.
5th Christmas
Hey.
tree.
Hey, it is what it is, you know.
We're
Someone
gonna
check
find
on the
you
wordsmith.
we're gonna
Is the
find you
wordsmith still here?
hanging- We're gonna find you hanging from a Christmas tree at some point.
Yeah, with joy in my face. Like, anyway, off the
Oh.
rails already. I love it.
Oh, that's the
Thursday
words.
night.
God help us all. God help us all is right.
Hi,
God
best friend.
help. Oh, Tim's getting violent in the chats.
Whoa.
Getting violent.
That is probably the meanest comment we have had in 30
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Pretty good.
At least you'll know who to tell the police who it was.
Oh,
Oh my God. Oh, you have a supporter, Pluggo. You're not alone in this
I
fight.
stand with
good
Pluggo.
job.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
You're not alone in this fight. All right.
You could stand with him if there wasn't so many fucking trees in the house, dude.
Oh no.
It's funny
Tremendous.
you say that because people come over and think we're a tree farm and they're like, "Can I buy that?" We're like, "No, that's our personal."
Yeah, it's the fucking Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you can't have that. That is ours.
Oh.
Sorry,
All right.
that's the intro. So.
Yeah, right. Oh man, having a good time already. So Blake, tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how long you've been doing stand-up, and introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Blake Hammond. I've been stand-up for it'll be 8 years in April, and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, but I travel all around the country doing it. I've been doing that for before the pandemic, it was probably like a year and a half is when I was really on the road, and then the world stopped. But now it's finally starting to get back out, and I'm back on the road and doing it. And yeah, man, I love it. It's great.
Awesome. Now, obviously, with the pandemic, everything stopped, right? So how long?
Yeah.
How long was your last show to your first show? Like, how long was the wait for you to get back out there?
I live in Ohio, so it wasn't that fucking long.
Okay.
It was like,
Open it back up, baby. Let's go.
We were like, yeah, get back out there. Yeah,
It was last week.
yeah, dude. It was I was in the house for like 2 months, and then we started doing like outdoor shows and stuff.
Cool.
And then when last October, not this, like a year ago, October 2020 hit, like it got real bad again, and that's when it fucking nixed for a while.
Yeah.
But now it's been indoors constantly, just trying
back to the way it
yeah,
was.
pretty much back to normal. Yeah, everybody's acting like it didn't happen, so it's
fair.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, see, I'm from Massachusetts, and we still got rules up here. Don't get me wrong, plenty of people don't follow them, but we still got rules.
And I was like, oh my God, people wear masks. This is
yeah.
I'm like
you'll
the
see
only
it.
one. I'm the only one, dude, who wears a fucking mask. It is wild. I might be the only person in Ohio who still wears a mask.
Oh no.
It's the Midwest is a wild scene, man. People are there's like a whole group of us that are like, yep, we're gonna follow this to a T, but there's a whole lot more that are like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, and it's not
fine.
The thing is, it's not even like a defiant no. It's just like I left it in the car. You know what I mean? Like whatever. It's like not even like it's in my backpack. Whatever. You know what I mean? It's like nobody really is like nobody I know is like fuck masks or whatever. It's just, they just don't even think about it.
Yeah. Oh man, what a time! What a
time! So what's it like out there on the road? I mean, we're a wrestling show, so you get is it similar to like an independent wrestler, the hot dog and the handshake? Hey, you want to do this for exposure type deal, or is stand-up comedy got a little bit of a different vibe to it, where it's like, no, pay me this or I ain't coming?
It's exactly the same, but then it's exactly the same as an indie wrestler, like to a certain point. But then you get good enough to where you are like, no, I can't do that for that amount of money. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to drive to wherever. Like, a couple years ago, it would have been like, yeah, I'll go and do it. Like my first time being in the city for like not much money, whatever. But now it's like, no, you gotta pay me something because I can't just fucking leave town. I can't drive 800 miles to you know what I mean? For $100. That's
for
fucking
exposure.
Crazy. Yeah, right. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, dude, I did a whole tour of the South like 3 months ago, and it sucked. Like there was like maybe 3 good shows out of like 15, and every other show there was nobody there. It was just just doing it to like 5 people in a bar. But then I just did Boston and Portland, Maine, and Philly, and it was fucking fantastic.
I love Portland, Maine.
It was fucking
Portland,
great.
Maine.
So much fun, man, and so many people. It was great. So it's just
Yeah.
really a fucking crapshoot. You know what I mean? Like, you can either show up and there's going to be 4 people at a bar that didn't know there was a show, or you're going to show up and it's going to be 110 people that bought tickets to see, to see you. It's like, fuck, that's crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
if the stand-up thing doesn't work out, you've got a home here because I've been replaced.
Yeah, they're saying in the chat. They're saying in the chat.
Yeah,
They want a motion to replace Pluggo.
How can you kick me out of what is mine? That's what Jack Blackman said.
Boston has always been a good town for stand-up. I feel like it's always been a really good town. I've seen plenty of stand-up shows in the city. It's always being in the city's nice. You get to go, have a good night, laugh your ass off. And Boston's always been, we always get all sorts of different comedians from all over the place coming here, which is good. It's good to be in near a big city like that.
Yeah, dude, for sure. It is. And I mean, I love living in Cincinnati. I don't think I'd like living in a big city, but I love going there and fucking doing shows. And because you guys love stand up there, so it's so easy. People get
exactly.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. We were talking off air a little bit, and you used to be back. You don't keep up with it that much anymore, but you used to be a wrestling fan back in the day. Yeah. So, can you kind of tell us about the first time you remember liking wrestling, or the first, your first favorite wrestlers, or the things that you were just into back when you were a regular viewer?
My first time liking wrestling, I was 3, and Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon were my 2 big, and also The Undertaker around that time. So it was 1992, 1993, around that time. I think the first match I vividly remember is the Intercontinental Championship match between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. That ladder match.
Oh, right. Yeah, WrestleMania 10, I think. Yeah.
Dude, boy, howdy. That fucking match is crazy.
Yeah,
good.
still
him
real good.
Him walking underneath the goddamn ladder, I thought was the coolest shit ever. But also, he had such a bad life after that. I'm like, maybe he shouldn't have done that.
I never looked at it that way until this moment. But you might be on to something there.
The fucking coolest thing I've ever seen. And then he's like,
he just did the razor walk on. He did the Razor Ramon cool walk under it.
I bet if you asked him about it, he'd probably go, worth it.
Yeah,
totally worth it.
I was a huge Razor Ramon guy too. I loved him. Yeah. I was a big Razor guy.
I fucking WCW, and you were like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah, yeah. And then a couple weeks later, it was Diesel, and you're like, "What?
I know.
Hoo-ah!"
And then taking over.
Yeah, it was unreal. And the way, and we talked about it, but the way it was just done is even in the promos, they never mentioned WWF by name, but they were like, who I am, me,
dude.
You know me. And it was just
it'll ever get as good as that.
Oh my God. It was so good. It was so good. We were talking because obviously with my age, I got into wrestling early like that too. I was a little bit before. I was probably around 91, 92. So Bret Hart, Macho Man, Randy Savage is my favorite of all, my number one. Bret Hart was big for me. Shawn Michaels, well, see, when I first got into it, Shawn Michaels was the bad guy, Heartbreak Kid, and I didn't like him when I was little. I didn't like him. When he became the good guy, I started to like him, and then it got oversaturated for me, and I was like, no, I'm done with this. Everyone likes him, not for me.
I didn't like him. I didn't like him either, but I loved watching him anyways.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
I mean?
Yeah, an all-time. Yeah, one of the best in-ring, if not the best,
I was also watching, fucking the 1, 2, 3 Kid was also
amazing.
I was like, oh, he's a child. I was like, no, he's not. But yeah, I was fucking obsessed with that dude too.
Yeah. And I remember watching when he beat Razor, when he upset Razor on that Raw.
Dude,
and it was like, what is that? That was the first time because he was being shown a couple times as an enhancement talent, a jobber, as you call it.
Dude.
And so I was like, oh, and then he won, and it was like, what? And then that was an incredible moment.
Amazing.
Yeah, man, that was like. I was also a fan of Bam Bam Bigelow. I loved
Yes,
Bam Bam
dude,
Bigelow.
yes.
Loved
He
him
was like
because
the most metal fucking guy. You
yeah,
know
and
what
he
I
was a
mean?
big
Like,
chubby guy. I was like, yeah, that'd be
yeah.
me if I was a wrestler. That big chubby. He did
Head
like cartwheels
tattoos.
and shit. It was like, what is this? Moonsaults?
What was that girl's name? Luna.
Oh, Luna Vachon.
Oh boy, howdy,
Yeah, his
dude.
main
She was a
squeeze. I got my
fucking-
main squeeze, Luna. I was like, yes. Yes.
Shout out Poetry of a Promo who just
Yes,
did
our
a
buddy the
little ditty
wordsmith,
on
Poetry of a
Luna Vachon.
Promo. He did a show on Luna Vachon. So
Yeah,
go
dude,
check
she was
that out
great.
on Love Wrestling. Like she was awesome.
Like that was
Um,
the era, man. They were all of the wrestlers. You thought it was real because you were just a child, and you're like, "Yep, that's real." And they were all these bigger than life characters, and like you believed that Luna Vachon was crazy. You believed
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow would kill you.
Yeah,
You know, it's a wild time, man. Now it's like, are you into any wrestlers now? Like, you know, your Twitter name is Big Rad Machine. Is that a Kane reference?
No, that is a Cincinnati Reds reference.
Yeah.
I
The
figured
Cincinnati
that was
Reds
my-
were the original Big Red Machine.
That's
Yeah,
true.
right.
They were the
but
original Big Red
that
Machine.
was that was a Reds reference, but it does double as a Kane
There you
thing,
go.
so that's pretty cool.
And he tombstone Pete Rose once.
Yeah, right.
More than once.
Yeah, good
There you
for
go.
him. Stoning a pedophile. Pretty cool.
No.
I don't know if there's anybody I like right now currently. I mean, I like Johnny Moxley just because he's from Cincinnati and I used to watch him. I watched him wrestle here before he was you know what I mean? Like in the Indies and some fucking gym. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and my fucking dickhead friends. Like it was so Cincinnati Reds gross. Go fuck yourself, dude. Joey Votto.
Joey Votto
seems like the man. Joey Votto seems like the man.
Dude.
I love the clips of like Joey Votto, like when someone's heckling him and he's like, "Bro."
He's so so
Fuck
funny.
you.
He's so funny, man.
Yeah,
The
dude.
stuff he says to these people is fucking wild.
We love you, HCW Sports, but don't cross the Cincinnati Reds, all right?
We're gonna cross ourselves. Like we never do anything with a great team, and we're gonna not do anything with it. So just let me be sad in peace.
Well, I'm from Massachusetts, and I love all my Massachusetts team. I'm one of those where it's just that's what I love. So I got the last 20 years. Pluggo, stick your tongue out. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. The last 20 or so years have been easy for me. They've been easy for me.
Yeah.
We invite Blake on. I thought, man, we're gonna have some fun, talk about some different stuff. And here's old JPJ. Bring it back to the Patriots.
No. Well, I mean, that number one. Hold on, wait. No, the number one seed, New England Patriots. Thank you. So hey, I'm just saying. I'm spitting facts. That's all
Sean
I'm saying.
Rossap was on the show and said the Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl. So
the Bengals are good.
I mean, maybe not after last week. Jesus Christ!
Are you worried about the Burrow injury?
Not really. I think he was throwing perfect spirals after the pinky thing. So I was like, dude, he's the best. He's so good. But I think I don't know, man. It's just a different team shows up every week. Sometimes they might be the best team in the league, and then sometimes they're the worst team in the league. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like the team that beat the Steelers could, I think, beat anybody.
Oh my God, they murdered them.
But the team that showed up last week, or the team that showed up against the Jets, it's like you never, dude. I wanted to fucking hang myself. I wanted to hang myself from Pluggo's Christmas tree. That's what I
I got a 1 of 1. Blake Quarterman.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's
Guy. Oh man.
So are you?
My wife though, like she texts me because she listens in, and she's like, "Why is this such a big deal?"
No, it's cool that you like Christmas. It's not weird at all.
No.
It's good.
Thank God I have a comfortable couch.
Oh no. God. So you're Cincinnati through and through. So Reds,
Cincinnati through and through, man.
Bengals.
Reds, Bengals,
Bearcats.
Bearcats, dude.
Yeah, they're in the
bright spot.
Yeah, they're in the playoff.
The one thing I do not like, I don't really care about college football, so it's like that's like the one thing I really just don't give a shit about, and that's of course the one thing that we're okay at. But yeah, no, I'm excited though. I am excited to watch them. It would be cool if they could get to the finals.
Yeah,
definitely more of a men's basketball game, but.
And I almost wore my HCW shirt tonight, but I'm glad I didn't. Haters.
Yes, cause chaos in the CFP. I agree, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, if they were to beat Alabama, that would certainly cause some chaos.
Insane.
I mean, that would be
like 1, 2, 3 Kid beating Razor Ramon.
You could say.
You could say some things.
Dude, I'm telling you though, Luke Fickell is fucking. I think he's underrated, and that team and our team is underrated. I mean, Ritter is a fucking killer quarterback if he shows up, and our defense is fucking good. So
the defense is really good.
It could be. I mean, the defense could shut down anybody. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Alabama's also Alabama, so we'll see.
Yeah, it was one of those things where like I watched that Alabama Georgia game, and everyone was like, "Oh, Georgia, best defense in the country. Like it's going to be different this year." And I was sitting there going, "Like, no, it ain't."
No,
from an observer. I'm from Massachusetts. We don't give one shit about college sports. Literally, do not care about it. Never talked about, do not care. So, but I'm sitting there just going like, no. They were like, oh, this is the year Georgia's going to beat them. And I'm going, no, they're not. Alabama's going to go in there and fucking roll. And guess what? They rolled. I'm just like, they're Alabama.
It's like the John Cena effect. Everybody wants to talk up the opponent because they want somebody to beat Bama. So like, this is it, man.
This is the one, dude. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. They've lost championship games.
Dude,
yes, like really.
This is the UC is going to be the Brock Lesnar versus the Undertaker because they're going to beat them, and everybody's going to be like, "Why? What was that for?"
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun as hell. I'd be rooting for that.
Right? Yeah, dude. I think
that would be fun as hell.
Shock the world, and that was my one wrestling reference that I had. Yeah. Brock Lesnar beating the Undertaker. Bite your tongue.
Yeah. So as far as Pluggo, you're a Browns fan. So
So we don't talk about anything else tonight. I mean, literally.
I mean, no, you guys you were in the what? It wasn't the AFC Championship game last year, but you made a run last year. You guys were last year.
Baker
was good last year.
What we did was we whooped the Steelers and got really, full of ourselves. And that just
but you made it to the playoffs and won a playoff game. Like that's like winning the Super Bowl for the Browns right now.
Yeah, I was
right now.
I was pretty happy.
Yeah. Like when was the Bengals last time made it was the playoffs?
Last time the playoffs, I think it was like 2017, maybe.
All right, I was gonna say
it wasn't that long ago, but we haven't won a game, and golly,
the Bengals haven't won a playoff game. It's been as long as text messaging is older than the last time the Bengals won a playoff game, or younger.
I mean, 89.
Yeah,
maybe?
So they didn't even have.
Dude.
Yeah,
dude. It's been a while.
It's not a good. Ohio sports,
dude.
Football's trash unless you're Ohio State.
Well, Ohio State is
Cincinnati
usually good.
Now,
Cincinnati's good.
Yeah, I mean, well, like the Bearcats basketball team back in like the
the Bearcats would always like make a run.
Yeah, they always have a
with
run.
Hutchins.
They always,
Hutchins.
Huggins.
Yeah, that's right.
Bobby Huggins, and he would. Yeah, I mean, we had Kenyon Martin. We were going to win a fucking national championship, and then he broke his leg or whatever. So,
can I tell you something? Kenyon Martin then went to play for the New Jersey Nets.
Yeah.
And I fucking hated Kenyon Martin.
Why? He's the coolest.
Because I'm a Celtic fan. They were our rival. No, him and Jason Kidd and Van Horn fuck those teams. I hated those teams as a
Dude,
Celtics
and
fan.
Dikembe
Oh, I hated him.
Mutombo, the coolest fucking team in the world. Richard Jefferson.
JPJ,
No, I
be
hate that
nice.
guy. Richard
Cool.
Hamilton. Oh, get out of
Yeah.
here with his mask.
Be nice
Broke his
to the
nose and wore
guests.
that mask for 9 years. He broke his nose and wore that mask for 9 years.
Yeah, dude.
The hell's that?
Cool.
It
It's
worked.
called being cool. And then he won a championship
Cool.
in Detroit.
He did.
It
Those
came-
Detroit
it
teams were
came
nasty.
in handy during
Defense.
the Malice in the Palace. He didn't get punched
Yeah,
out.
dude.
You know,
Right. Yeah. Right.
No, that was probably no, I don't know.
Dude, I remember when that happened. That was the craziest thing. I was like, oh, they showed that on sports,
Yeah,
and I was like,
dude.
what? They started
thought
fighting
it
people in
was-
the crowd.
I thought it was a work. I was like,
You
dude,
get
this
I
raised
was
is
like,
fucking
well, I'd never seen
play.
anything like that. I've
Well,
never seen anything like that.
Because they had brought
What's
like
up,
Karl
man?
Malone. They brought like Karl Malone into the WCW. I was like, maybe this is just a thing. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna maybe Hulk Hogan's gonna come out and fucking
Oh,
be like,
man.
I play for Detroit now.
Yeah.
Well,
I did
ladies
see
and
that-
gentlemen, welcome
there was
to the wrestling flagship show on Love
Goodness
Wrestling.
gracious.
We're talking
Yes.
Alice in the
No,
Palace
we're
and
talking.
the
Yeah, we're
Detroit
talking all
baby.
sorts of shit tonight. Well, there's
Yeah,
only really
yeah.
one thing in wrestling we got to talk about at some point, but that's about it. But dude, I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing videos of like there was one time a bunch of old Bruins players started fighting fans in New York. Obviously.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Boston and New York. Why wouldn't it be New York? But they were in the box and they like literally just started climbing over the box and just
Yes.
punching people. I was like, what is going on? I was like, this is incredible. Like, what the hell? Yeah, dude, that type of stuff is wild to me. It's wild to
Yeah.
me. Like when it's obviously few
fucking-
and far between, but it's like, what is happening?
It's so crazy. It's so fucking crazy, man. There's really nothing else to compare it to. Is it never? I mean, Ron Artest running into the stance and then Jermaine O'Neal following him.
Yeah.
Fucking
And they're just
crazy,
like,
dude.
they're just giving haymakers to people. Like,
Dude,
just,
I mean,
Do you remember
knocking
that
dudes
dude that was
out.
looking
Haymaker.
that dude that looked like me that like squared
Yes,
up?
the
yeah,
fucking
Jermaine O'Neal.
guys
And
were-
Jermaine O'Neal was like, I'll kill you, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I'm a
bro.
professional athlete.
Yeah,
Like,
the fucking big and tall fucking sales clerk guy that walked up and fronted on fucking.
He's like,
Jermaine
come on, bro.
O'Neal.
and Jermaine
Yeah.
O'Neal's like, bro, I'm 7 feet tall and I'm a world-class
to
athlete.
this
Like, what do you
day-
think's going to happen right now?
I think Ron Artest and Jermaine O'Neal would have made a perfect tag team for wrestling.
I agree.
Nobody
I
would have messed
agree.
with them. Like, come
yes,
on, man.
dude.
Are you an
Absolutely.
NBA guy?
I
No,
am.
he's from Cincinnati.
Can I,
Well,
no,
I was-
well, I do.
I was
I do
gonna ask-
like basketball, and I will say my favorite NBA memory of the last 20 years is when the Chicago Bulls played. It was like Derrick Rose's first year, I believe. Is when the Chicago Bulls played Boston Celtics in the first round of the playoffs, and they took him to 7 games. Do you
Yeah, and
remember?
it was like overtime, 4 of them.
Oh my god!
What a series that
dude.
was, huh?
It was
That's incredible.
such a fucking. I mean, that may be
Oh,
Derrick
that
Rose.
Celtic- Yeah.
Nothing hurts my soul more than Derrick
Well,
Rose.
He's playing,
getting
well,
injured.
but he's had
He's playing great.
a renaissance these last 2-3 years where
Agreed,
he's like come
agreed.
back and
But he
become
was
a real
like,
solid
he
good
was
player
like
again.
one
He
A
was
with
MVP.
one
He
B
was
to LeBron.
He was it.
Youngest MVP of all time. I mean,
Yeah.
just a monster. But yeah, he's learned to play not like a psycho
With his
where he's
limitations,
just-
yeah.
right. But
Yeah, those
man, what a
those
sad story.
those Celtics teams back then were nasty with
I know, man.
Garnett,
I know.
Pearson, Allen, and
Yeah.
they should have won more than just one. They won one. They should have won at least 2, but they had
I
a couple
agree.
bad injuries. But those,
Yeah.
whatever, Pluggo. All right, it's not my fault that I'm from the whatever. It's not my fault I was gifted this. All right. I was
Some of
young.
us were
I was
killed
young
with
in
that.
2001. I was young. Well, the Patriots won in 2001, but for me at that time, that was amazing. That was the first professional championship of my life. I was like in high school, whatever.
Yeah.
The Red Sox winning was the big one though, because they had never won. They had the curse of the Bambino. Like
Curse,
that was
yeah.
the big one.
That's literally the only Boston sports team that the rest of the nation's like, yeah, I ride with them. because the Yankees were that much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
These are
everyone
shit.
else, we're like, we can't stand the Patriots. This is ridiculous. They are the Yankees. It's
Yeah. No, the Patriots
Well,
are.
people like the Patriots when Tom Brady was first the quarterback because it
Yes.
was like, it was an underdog
Yeah.
story. Nobody,
Especially
you know
that
what I
first
mean?
year was 2001, 9/11 happened. They were the Patriots,
Right,
red,
yeah,
white, and
dude.
blue. Like
Yeah,
they were,
yeah, all
and the
this.
Rams were the unbeatable, the
Yeah.
greatest show on turf. Like the Patriots were like everyone was rooting for the Patriots the first time. Like the nation, like everyone was like,
yes,
they're
absolutely.
the underdog.
And then
We're
it
like
was
the Patriots.
all right,
And then,
you fucking get it.
yeah. And then after the second and third one, it was like, all right, move on. And the Patriots are like, nah, dog, we got like 15 more years of this. So
yeah.
it's cool. Hang in there.
Until their kryptonite, Eli Manning.
Yes, yes. So, So on ESPN Plus, they have a documentary, a 10-part documentary on Brady going on right now. It's called Man in the Arena. And they're about hour episodes, but it's about every Super Bowl that he ever played in. And the last episode was the 2007 one. So the first three were about the three that he won, the first three.
Yeah.
And then this one was about 2007, the undefeated year where he lost to the Giants. And it was, as a Patriot fan, it was awesome. They showed like the season, and it was like they were the most dominant. Like
season.
they were beating people like 52-7.
Yeah.
And shit like it was like video game stuff. And then obviously you get to the Super Bowl, which is like I didn't go to school the next day. That's how bad it was. Like I looked at my mom and I was like, I'm fucking staying home. So I'm not doing anything.
JPJ, the rebel. Mom,
I'm staying home.
Yeah, dang.
I was 22, but I was like, no, I'm not going to school.
Yeah, maybe. Was I? Was it too old? I don't know. One of them I stayed home. Maybe it was the Aaron Boone homer. It might have been the Aaron Boone home run in Game 7. I was still in high school. But one of them,
guy.
Yeah, one of them, I was like, I'm not going to school tomorrow.
JPJ.
Too pissed.
Mom,
the
meatloaf. We want
The
it now.
rebel.
Patriots just won. I got a fever.
But
You're 35.
so at the end, they talk about the loss, and Brady talks about it, and they go through the credits, and at the end, it's just Brady sitting in the chair. He goes, all right, and he gets out of the chair. He goes, all right, guys. And he just takes a sigh, and he leaves, and he just goes, well, fuck the Giants. And he just walks off. I loved it.
That makes me.
I was
like,
yeah.
Tom Brady
I was like, yeah, that's right. F the Giants. F the Giants.
Yeah.
God almighty. But yeah, it only took us a year to readjust, losing Tom. And now we're right back in the saddle. Right back in the saddle.
Well,
we do.
like I said this to you before, but Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. I don't know if we can even if he wins the Super Bowl this year, he is the greatest coach of all time. It's crazy.
What if he won the Super Bowl against Tom Brady?
That would be so fucking cool. I think it would be honestly very cool.
That would be a nightmare for the world, though. Those 2 weeks leading up to that, everyone in the country except New England people would be like, I want to die. I want to die. I want to die.
I would like it. I would like it.
The story would be, that would be the best story they could ever have.
Yeah.
Leading into the Super Bowl. If it was like Brady left and won last year, now Bill's coming back to win and say, no. It was me. And he has to go through Brady to do it. Oh, come on.
It would be
that would be incredible. That would be incredible.
It would be so good. Yeah.
Oh my God. What the hell are you smiling about?
I'm just taking it all in, man, because damn Patriots.
Because he's a Browns fan and he can't say shit.
That's right.
Well, I'm a Bengals fan, but I'm just like, yeah, whatever. They're not going to do anything. It's fine. If they do, then it's like, cool. Yeah.
But you have to be very optimistic about with Burrow and
but,
Chase. Like, you got to be, and Mixon is good and still pretty young.
Mike Brown's still there, dude. So,
Mike
Brown's, but they did spend a nice amount of money and got some great players in the offseason. So, I don't know, man, maybe. Mike Hilton and Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard and Logan Wilson, our defense is fucking stacked. So I think that we could be good. It's just
shots.
Putting it together, man.
Tim can take all the shots in the world that he wants. Last time I checked, my team still has 6 championships. So I'm gonna be chilling. God, pitiful. All right. So when we get back to the, I want to talk more about pop punk.
Oh yeah.
Before I know we want to talk about that, but I don't know where he's going with this. But I do have an actual. So when you you had to probably do some research for the clip that we've shared on social medias with the, pop punk jokes and it being the 26-year-olds living a 15-year-old lifestyle type deal. And then when you post that online, it becomes super viral to the people knew as soon as we're posted it. They're like, "What? This guy? You get to talk to this guy?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So how does that like in your mind? Is you're like, obviously it's a hit, but like, did you expect it when you put it out there?
You know what's fucking crazy is when I wrote that bit like 3 months ago, and then I did it at this open mic, and it destroyed. And I was like, "This is an open mic full of people that know what the fuck I'm talking about." So there's no way. And I literally came off stage. I was like, "That's never gonna work again in front of real people." And then one night I was doing like a feature set, which is like 25, 30 minutes. So I was like sort of fucking around, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, let's just try it in front of people that I know don't know what I'm talking about. And it still did as good. And I was like, fuck, maybe this is just really good. Like, maybe it doesn't. But I never thought about it being an actual bit. I thought it was just like a fun thing for the people who would know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But then, once I realized that it sort of is just good everywhere, I was like, oh, okay, I can. And then I knew when I posted it that the people like you guys would find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the people that I knew, like that are like me, where it was like part of our fucking childhood and
Literally, it's part of the fabric of my life. Literally.
I mean, exactly. I shared it over to JPJ, and I swear I think we watched it. And I'm not.
Oh my god! I was telling you off air, and this wasn't just to blow smoke. Like I was like, I watched that like 20, like more than 20 times the next couple of days.
So
like
cool,
I would just like I'd be by myself, just watching it 2 or 3 times in a row, just laughing my ass off. Like this is.
And then what crazy is like you said in the clip, you're like, I have like 100 of these. Like so, you had to have written out 100 of these, and you only put like 3 or 4 in the bit.
Yeah, I put the best 4 in because also like how long am I gonna be able to do that? You know what I mean? Like how long am I gonna be able to go without people being like, all right, dude, we get it. They're pedophiles. Like it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you gotta stop singing. But yeah, like I think I wrote a bunch, but those were the best ones. And then I didn't like I put it on Twitter and I didn't really think it would get as much traction as it did. But then like fucking like Kyle Kinane shared it and like other big comment, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? This is crazy. And it's like completely opened me up to like another just more comedians know I am now, like bigger comics, and they like me and talk to me. Like the Eve 6 guy talks to me sometimes. Now it's weird. It's so weird. Dude.
And he got wrestling podcasts coming out of the woodwork. Say, come on and hang out with us.
It was one of those things. Yeah, like we talked about at the top, but it was one of those things where like. So what happened was Pluggo shared it with me, and then I had watched it so much over the next 3 or 4 days that I shared it back to Pluggo, and Pluggo was like, "Dude, I showed you that."
That's hilarious. Dude.
And I was like, "Oh yeah," and then I was like, "Okay."
And then meeting of the minds, we're like, "This is so funny." I wonder.
Yeah, I was like, "This is just like really like," and and then we were kind of thinking the same thing, and I was thinking like, I think I'm just gonna friggin' ask this guy if he wants to come on the show, and then Pluggo was like, "We should ask him if he wants to be on the show," and I was like, "I'm going." I was already there. I was already there.
A little behind the scenes here. We don't. We're just like, hey, we already did that. Okay. So great.
That's so cool. Yeah, I'm fucking glad you guys asked, man. This is super fun. I don't know why people don't. I mean, I do have like 6 podcasts to do this week, so people do ask. And I'll fucking do it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know why. Hey, if you want me to do your podcast, just ask me. I'll do it. I'll find the time, dude. This is fun. I like this shit.
Yeah. So I obviously, with you saying the viral sensation and the hit of it, like I'm assuming those requests are coming more now.
Yeah, for sure. It's easier to get booked. I mean, this is not the first clip that I've posted that's gone viral, but This is the first clip that's technically like TV clean that I've posted that's gone
Gotcha.
viral. So it's like
Gotcha.
it's sort of a different like, oh, I could do that on like a late night set if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
that's like and I kind of fucked up. Like I posted this. I should have posted this when my special was coming out, but I have an Amazon special coming out in like 6 months. But like,
Oh, nice.
I didn't. I posted it now, and now I'm like, all the heat's gonna be dead by the time. You know what I mean?
Does that factor into like this? So you post the clip out now, and then 6 months you're on a special, and you do the bit, or you're like, that's played out. That was 6 months ago. Like in wrestling, where we're in our little neck of the woods, wrestling, every wrestler does the classic. Shawn Michaels does the super kick, right? Ric Flair does the chop. Do comedians like do the classics, or do they let them like kind of have their moment and just fade out into the sun?
I will, yeah. Like, so once the special comes out, it is on the special, but I was like one of the last things I wrote to be on it, you know? So it'll be in my act probably. I mean, I'm writing out most of that act anyways. Like, so that'll be gone. Like, all the stuff that's on the special will eventually be gone. But I'm going to keep that pop punk thing for a while just because it's so much fun to do. Like, I just like, if once I stop like doing it, like I will probably cut it. Like once I have enough material to cut it out. But I mean, right now, like if I do 45 minutes, I have to do like, you know, some of the stuff in the special. I can't just, you know, wing it, you know?
It's true. We got a question for you actually in
my best friend.
Yes, the wordsmith. He says, if you have one, what is your all-time best or favorite promo in wrestling?
The one where Booker T says the N-word. So funny. I will watch that every time. It's so good. But no, my favorite.
He was like,
well, you can see Sensational Sherry right away is like comforting him, like it's okay. Like she's just being a sweetheart. Like, no, it's good. You're fine.
So funny. I think though, my favorite moment in wrestling is the Royal Rumble where Steve Austin is waiting on the fucking turnbuckle.
And he's looking at like his fake watch.
Dude, it's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's the coolest shit in the world.
Yeah.
Just him like, whatever, dude.
One time.
Like,
he early on, he did push-ups one of the times while he was waiting. Like he waited for like 5 or 6. And that was like, he was still a bad guy there. He was still a heel, but he was super like, people loved him because he was a badass, but he hadn't gone full face yet. It was like the year before he went full face. So he was like this badass bad guy that everyone was like, this guy rules. Like this guy rules. He swears, he drinks beers, he beats the shit out of everybody. Like I like this guy.
Who hasn't taken just 2 beers and just downed them and then
I mean, come on, it's a staple.
Party, you know?
It's a staple.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
HCW does rule, but they made a crack wise on the Cincinnati Reds, and they'll get put in their place real quick. They'll put in their place real quick.
There is other great promos. I'm trying to like think of them right now.
Well, you say Stone Cold. One of my favorite, just one liner from Stone Cold, is he was in a feud with Bret the Hitman Hart. And he's asked about Bret Hart, and he goes, well, if you put the letter S in front of Hitman, you have my exact opinion of Bret Hart.
Yeah, dude.
Tremendous. It's so good.
Funny, man.
And then I'm being a Patriots fan. I hate Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. And
that's one thing we can join.
Well, yes, we can all agree. Cleveland, Cincinnati, New England.
Yes, we all hate them.
Fuck the Steelers. So, I hate the Steelers.
We're the bosses.
The Yankees are my least favorite sports franchise. Obviously, Steelers like one, not even 2, 1A. Hate the Steelers. Dude. Anyway, so Bret Hart when he was a heel, and when he was in the, he had the the Hart Foundation, and they were the good guys when they were in Canada, but they were the bad guys when they were in America. Yeah. He was in Pittsburgh, and he cut a line where he said, he goes, he's talking about like degrading the USA or whatever. He goes, if they ever were going to give the United States of America an enema, they'd plug the holes right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tremendous.
Wait, didn't somebody in AEW, was it Orange Cassidy or someone? I don't know. say that Cincinnati sucks in some funny way recently.
Might have
that was
been.
MJF.
It was MJF. It was
Everything is
MJF.
mid.
Yeah, he said
everything's
Cincinnati
mid.
is mid. Is mid.
Yeah.
That
That's
guy.
pretty fun. That's pretty funny. I was like, that's
Yeah.
a funny thing to say in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So MJF, he's very witty on the mic. He can do that rather often. Although last night they were in his hometown, and he was literally like the baby face. He's the biggest heel, maybe in wrestling. Never breaks character ever. And last night they were on Long Island. I'm sorry, they were on Long Island, and that's where he's from. And he was a babyface in that whole event. It was very bizarre. It was very bizarre to see.
Fuck! I just had something and now it's gone. God damn it!
That happens here. That happens here.
Yeah, I had a
don't feel bad
right
about
at home.
Damn it!
Don't feel bad about it.
Cool, deep wrestling pool for me, and I was like, "Oh man, remember that?" And now it's gone.
Well, maybe you'll remember, because let's dive into the one topic of wrestling. I feel like, and I asked you off air.
Wait, no.
Go. He got it.
I remember.
Yeah.
Fucking Enzo Amore. This is also complicated. I'm sorry.
Well, he's coming back soon. He's coming back soon in an
he?
indie promotion named MLW. Yeah, he's coming back.
One of our colleagues is losing his mind because it's like, how do you like that, guy?
I know, but the fucking the basically the road dog Jesse James walk down with the fucking with Cassidy. It was so fucking dude.
He was money. They were
they were over. They were over, and he was money.
And he was so fucking funny and dumb, and it was just so much fun. And then he's like a rapist, but boy, howdy. Yeah, not
there it is.
I mean, it's like pop punk, man.
as the wordsmith said, he came back literally tonight. The episode of MLW was tonight, and he came back tonight.
Wow.
And Dan says that recently he faced Jerry Lawler in a casket match.
What?
And then I need to get a video of that. I need to find that match online. I need to watch that shit.
Jerry Lawler actually in a casket? I thought he was dead.
This is the best thing about wrestling, and the worst thing about wrestling. So you said you were into it when you were 3. Yeah. All of those people, if they haven't died, are still wrestling.
Right? Yeah.
Basically,
they never stop.
Crazy.
It's like Ric Flair's like 92, and he's just like,
dude, Ric Flair is still telling people that he wants to wrestle.
I know.
Jerry Lawler wrestled Andy Kaufman, and he's still wrestling today. Yeah. That's insane.
Jerry Lawler died on national television from a heart attack, and he's still wrestling.
Right.
And he's still wrestling. And he's like in his, I'm assuming his 70s, 60s, 70s. Has to be something wild.
It has to be in the 70s.
If I'm an indie wrestling promotion, like, you don't have the insurance to cover that,
right?
That's my thing. Like
a waiver,
he's got Medicaid.
Yeah. If you die on air, that's not our fault.
I mean, it has to be one of those things where it's like, if you are a small, we have a couple local ones here that they get big stars, big stars in from time to time. And it's like, okay, but they don't wrestle because they're older. They'll be there for a signing. They'll hop in the ring and cut a promo, maybe get a few punches in on a bad guy or whatever, something like that, a heel. But like Pluggo said, if you're a small promotion in Massachusetts that sells out a gym of a couple hundred people, God forbid, if Jerry Lawler, something bad happens in the ring, you can't afford what the hell, you're done.
Dude, you've sunk your whole promotion.
That's over with, to
get the ghost of Jerry Lawler to wrestle a rapist.
Oh no!
Doing it for the views, I guess. I mean, that'd be like the small comedy club that killed Jerry Seinfeld or something, a legend. You don't want that. You don't want that on this is where he died. We killed him.
Yeah. Well, actually, that would be kind of huge, I think, for a comedy club.
You think so?
Yeah, dude, that would be really big, actually, for if a comedian died on stage there. Yeah, that would be great. Because then the ghost of Jerry Seinfeld is at your comedy club. You know what I mean? That's the thing you can promote.
Yeah, David Arquette did make a wrestling comeback recently as well.
Did he?
Oh, and yeah,
That's awesome.
and our buddy Dan found it. It was for I believe that's New England Wrestling, NEW in Poughkeepsie, and it was literally a
Wow.
couple months ago in August that they fought in a casket
Wow,
match.
dude. That is
And he said you can
crazy.
probably find it YouTube or on IWTV. Well, I'm gonna
Wow.
have to watch that train
Yeah,
wreck. I can't imagine that.
to
went
watch
well.
along.
I cannot. Yeah, we should do a watch along of that train wreck. That'd be fun. I can't imagine that was a 5-star classic. You know?
We've got Blake Hook now. He's like, yep.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in, man.
Dude,
I'm in. I'll come back for that watch along.
I'm back, dude.
I mean, yeah, Enzo and Lawler in a casket match. How can you not be back?
Yeah,
How can you
I'm
not
back.
be back?
That sounds like it sounds like something I made up. That sounds like
Well, that's what professional
Exactly.
wrestling is. It's like anything you can think of, it's out there. And I feel like that's why like having a stand-up comedian on a wrestling show isn't too far-fetched, because in stand-up comedy, anything is possible. Like anything you can think of in your mind, you put it out there. And that's what wrestlers do. Like somebody had to sit down with a pencil and paper and go, Jerry Lawler, Enzo Amore. That's
Casket
not enough.
match.
Casket match.
Casket match.
Like,
that extra layer, like, all right, they're gonna fight.
That's
Cool.
so
and then,
What are we
they were
doing?
like, this is gold. This is gonna do it.
That's
Match.
great.
Pay them
So,
whatever they want.
Yeah, I did ask you off air, but when you were watching wrestling back in the day, were you a big Jeff Hardy guy? Were you a big Jeff Hardy fan? Hardy Boys,
yeah,
Jeff
dude,
Hardy.
the Hardy Boys, all the matches with Edge and Christian, and the fucking goddamn it, what are they? Dudley Boys,
The
dude.
Dudleys, man. I
Yeah,
loved
man.
the Dudleys. They're my
That
favorite of those three.
That era of tag. I mean, I loved Edge and Christian when they were when they were vampires, but then they were all of a sudden not. They were all of a sudden not vampires anymore. It was very weird. But yeah, the Brood, dude, that was like
the Brood was awesome. Still to this day, one of the best theme songs in wrestling history.
Yes,
still to this day.
And the fucking it was like right when Blade came out, so it was just like, this is just perfect. It was so cool. But yeah, then fucking they just weren't vampires anymore, and I was like, well, this sucks.
Well, the unfortunate news: Jeff Hardy was released from WWE today. This happened. So apparently over the weekend, or earlier this week or over the weekend, he was in a main event 6-man tag, and he was in the match for a little while, 30 seconds, a minute or something of that nature, tagged himself out, and then he was clearly something was wrong. He was off. There has been no reports of what he might have been under the influence of, if he was, or something of that nature, but he was clearly off. We've seen this before with him, unfortunately. And he tagged himself out, and he kind of went into the crowd, and then he was removed from the match and then sent home. And then, according to the reports, he was offered assistance from the WWE, which he declined, and then they released him. So obviously a bummer. I mean, the reports were that like Jeff Hardy was getting lined up now to like be in a title match soon with Roman Reigns, and like on the way to Mania, and kind of be involved in like a championship match, and kind of like his last run of sorts, because he's obviously up there in age and beat up. All the crazy shit we've been watching him do for 25 years, just insane. But it's a bummer. You hate to see somebody, addiction is not an easy thing, and he clearly, and again, it hasn't been reported, so I feel bad kind of jumping to that conclusion, but what we've seen on social media and just the outpouring from other wrestlers and things of that nature makes you think that there was something clearly wrong. The fact that WWE offered him help makes you think that like he was clear, something was wrong. So it's kind of a bummer, obviously. We wish him well. We hope that he gets the help that he needs and stuff, but man, Jeff Hardy, man, he's an all-timer. Jeff Hardy like transcends, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like everybody loved Jeff Hardy. Everybody.
Yeah, man. He's the fucking, because he would do anything. He would do anything. And it was crazier and crazier every week. It's like, God damn, man. And then like when he came back and he had that match with Undertaker and just got fucking demolished the whole time. And then, you know what I mean? That's one of those fucking cool ass moments though on Raw, where like then the Taker came back and was like, "Oh, kid, you're whatever." You know what I mean?
Yeah, like put him over at the end.
Yeah, put him over at the end. Like that was cool. Everyone has a cool moment of remembrance of Jeff Hardy, and it sucks. If it wasn't drugs, then he's got some sort of mental thing going on, and either way, it's a fucking battle. So
Yeah, it's terrible.
it's not great.
Side note, I was at that Raw with that ladder
Really?
match with Take. Yeah, I was in Boston. I was there.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, amazing. And one of JR's all-time calls when they made you believe that Jeff could win, and he's like, JR's just like, climb that ladder, kid, make yourself famous. And he just sells that, and it was like, man, I obviously there being live, you don't hear the commentary right away, but when I rewatched it, because yes, I taped Raw because I was a nerd and I wanted to rewatch it. So when I watched it, I was like, man, that was good. And Taker kind of lifted up his hand at the end, like you said, and and Taker was a bad guy. Like Taker was a heel.
Yeah, he was biker.
Yeah, he was biker bad guy Taker, and he beat the shit out of Jeff Hardy in that match. That was good stuff. Pluggo, anything you'd like to say about the Jeff Hardy situation? And
I think you touched it pretty good on the head. You know how I feel as I've talked as a person who's been sober for 3.5 years now.
Yeah, dude. I'm fucking sober 6. So
nice, man.
So,
nice.
It's always a weird thing when these things come out for me, because it's like, Jeff Hardy, they kind of did him dirty. I feel like with the whole drinking storyline.
Oh yeah,
angle. And his demons, I mean, it takes if he doesn't want the help, I guess I should say, it has to come from him. I know maybe in that spot they said, hey, do you want help? And he's not ready. Only thing I would caution, because we've talked about this before on this similar topic, is like, if I'm another company, like I've noticed people saying, like, go to AEW and work with Matt. If I'm AEW, I say pump the brakes. I say, Jeff, if you're going to come here, you need to be in the right headspace, right? As best that you can. He was in TNA. He had problems. He's had problems down the line. And look, I'm not knocking anybody. Do your thing, but you got to be safe in that ring, and you got to be safe.
Yeah.
And you got to be in the right headspace, because it's not just your life you're putting on the line.
And that's the thing. Like, and you can seriously hurt someone.
And my heart breaks for him, because, like, it was somebody had posted on Twitter, and I wish I could give credit for him, but today's been a crazy day. They said, being somebody who's sober as well, and I haven't had to have that relapse yet, and I haven't either. And it's like, I wonder what goes into that. And I don't know, because I haven't been there yet. I hope to not be. I hope to stay strong. Whatever's, demons are coming his way. Hopefully he can overcome that and get back to the Jeff Hardy that we all know and love, and have that final run, and kind of have that, cherry on top of what was an awesome career. And it always makes me think, like, what could have been if he was always on the straight and narrow,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One of those weird things.
He's also dealing. I mean, it's like he's dealing with all the pain from all the crazy shit he's done.
Exactly too. Like, I'm sure that cannot help.
Like the physical pain, let alone the emotional shit that he has. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So
because I wouldn't know what it's like to get speared off of a ladder.
And drop 20 feet. Doing those sentons through. Like, he's still doing that stuff now, and he's
That's exactly,
40.
And that's
it's not. It's crazy.
And in wrestling, you do that once, and everybody expects it. So, like, Jeff Hardy's whole career is defined by what extreme he's willing to go to, because nobody's going to go watch a Jeff Hardy match where it's just rest holds. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he has that pressure, and I don't know what that's like. I don't know what the built-in pressure is like. So, look, I'm not judging him. I don't think anything less of him as somebody who's struggled in that area. I've been there. I get it. Like, and he's just dealing with a whole nother animal than, say, I would be. But, like, I hope he gets the help that he needs and he can come back. Because, like I said, I mean, he's one of the all-time greatest wrestlers in the history of this business.
Yeah.
And I hope this story has a happy ending. That's all.
I agree with Tim, though. This is what I said earlier, but it could just be something mental or like an actual brain issue that he's having, and he could be sober too. You know what I mean? So which is a whole nother problem, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so fucking tough.
Which is unfortunate if that is true. I don't want to speculate too much into that. But
Right.
WWE is like, well, he's obviously, off.
Yeah,
the wagon,
right. Yeah.
Like, that's a
right.
whole nother ballgame. And unfortunately, that is something that's a stigma that addicts have to deal with. Is if they have something else, people assume the worst.
Yeah,
so
right.
I hope all of this gets tied into something positive, and we can spin it back to, like I said, the Jeff Hardy we know and love.
Yeah, and I think Dan sums it up pretty well here. He says, I don't care about in-ring. If he never wrestles again, I'll be fine as long as he's happy and healthy. And I think that pretty much sums it up pretty good, right? As long as he finds happiness and he can remain healthy and be safe and stuff like that, like if he never wrestles again, it is what it is. Like the health and happiness of people are more important than our enjoyment of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
All right.
And on
Brothers,
that note,
yeah.
Before we get too deep into things, at the top, normally when we start at 8, Quizplex starts at 9. Tonight they're going at 9:30 for us.
This is true.
So it's a special start time championship edition. So we've got about 30 minutes left. We also have Josh Unhinged coming up pretty soon before we reset into our draft and talk our emo pop punk days.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm super excited for our draft.
But I figured we'd reset there and get Quizplex over because it is one of the more fun shows that we have here on Wrestling. We love it. Zach's awesome.
And Tim, we are going to have a draft in honor of Blake and the clip that, we've shown a couple times and stuff like that. We are going to have ourselves a pop punk draft, music draft. We haven't had many of those, if any. This is our first music draft? No. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, but I'm excited for it.
We did wrestling music. But
that's right, we did, yes. But we're going to have a pop punk draft. But before that, we do have another edition of Unhinged by our friend Josh Robinson. Yes. So why don't we show that right now, and then we will get into the pop punk draft.
Where your head's at. Perfect.
Hello friends, it is Josh here for a little Unhinged. This week, I know that I'm going to piss off most of this audience. I'm going to piss off most wrestling fans. And that's fine, because everyone's entitled to their opinion, but here's mine. The greatest WWE Divas champion of all time is Nikki Bella. I think the Bellas in general do not get enough love. They get all hate, no love. They are two of the most impactful females in sports entertainment professional wrestling history. They did more for women's wrestling on a mainstream scale than nearly anybody. And people aren't going to agree with me, and that's fine. But when it comes to the Divas Championship, there is not a woman that is more synonymous with the Divas Championship than Nikki Bella. I know some people are going to say AJ Lee, some people say Paige. That's fine. Do what you do. Nikki Bella is the greatest Divas Champion of all time. JPJ, Pluggo. Argue away if you want to, but that is where I stand on this one. Nikki Bella is the greatest Divas champion of all time, and the Bella twins are two of the most impactful women on the business ever. Goodbye.
That was a more mild Josh.
Thanks. What's funny about Josh's Unhinged segments is that every week he talks about anything but wrestling, and then we talk about all the wrestling, and then the week we're like the least kind amount of wrestling.
Talking about
He's like, wrestling, discuss.
Yeah.
And we're like,
I mean, I don't think he's necessarily wrong when you're talking about the Divas Championship. But, you said your piece. You said he was spitting facts. We got Tim agreed. Dan doesn't disagree.
Yeah. Like, do you know who Nikki Bella is? You're not.
That lady from the reality TV show.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the Bella show, whatever it was.
I knew who she was, but I did not watch enough at that time to have an opinion. But sure, didn't seem that unhinged, to be honest.
He's usually he was
last week he wasn't wearing pants, so
that's true.
Okay.
This week he's
right.
I don't know.
It's fair. All right, let's get into this.
Josh, the
Let's
people
have
are demanding more unhinged.
more unhinged.
Yes.
This was tameness to this week.
Let's
Josh,
get into
in a,
our draft of the evening, that pop punk draft. I've been excited about this all week. I'm ready.
Yes.
I do have to ask a question. Are we just strictly sticking to pop punk, or do like
here we go.
screamo bands count? No, I need to know.
No. This is every emo pop punk screamo kids.
So this is all of it.
This is like everybody's first question, right?
That's
It's
all
like,
I need to
is
know.
that
That's all
really
I need to know.
constituted as pop punk?
Yeah,
No,
that's all I need to know.
You know the elitists. They're like, no, that's more of
I
a
got you.
subgenre.
I got you.
God,
All right. Well, as is, I'm not going to think of the word, but as is how we always do, the guest gets first pick. So Blake,
set the tone.
You do have the number 1 overall pick, and you are on the clock in the Between Two Beards pop punk draft.
When did we get a clock?
I don't need that.
That's what you say. That's what you say, Pluggo. Jesus.
We got a clock? Oh,
No.
I don't
Yes, we
need
do. We
the
have
time.
15 minutes to finish this draft. That's the clock. that's the clock.
I need no time,
He's
and
gonna
you
take
guys know what I'm gonna say. It's brand new, man. You know, you have to say it, and it's unfortunate. I will take the hit for saying it, but yeah, fucking man, you can't deny your favorite weapon, Deja and Tendu, Devil and God. I mean, Daisy's
still good too, though.
Daisy, even though it sounds like a bad Modest Mouse, like it is not bad, but like it's just very, very similar to Modest Mouse at times. It was still good. Like they're just good outside of everything else.
was insane. Like they did the album that they knew would like, all right, we're gonna put us on the map, sound like everybody else.
Yeah, pop punk.
And then that next one, they were like, nah, we're gonna go completely different. And then the next one, forget
but
that
even
too.
fucking more different. Dude. Crazy.
Brand new. I have them tattooed on me. So this tattoo, you can't really. I don't know how to properly show it, but this tattoo is the album cover of Deja and Tendu. I have it tattooed on me. Deja and Tendu is my favorite album of all time. They are, as much as it stinks because of what came out about the lead singer. It sucks. He's not a good person. But they're tops for me. They would have been my first pick too. They are just.
It's hard to not.
It's wild.
Them, dude.
Yeah. Pluggo, I'll give you second pick this go around. I had first pick between us last time, so you can go second. I know who you're going to take.
Do you?
I know who you're going to take.
Do you?
Yeah.
Taking Back Sunday?
I knew it.
Did you?
Yeah.
That tell all your friends, and you could have just stopped there. That was the 10 songs of just pure masterful genius. Wonderful. I lose these drafts every week, so it's fine.
I mean, Make Damn Sure is also
Make Sure is really
Damn Sure is fantastic.
And then also, I mean, I would say their feud
with
Brand New is made 2 great albums. You know, so I think, and I think in the end, Taking Back Sunday won at this point.
I would say so.
Are they still? I wonder if they're still making music because we're in that weird era of for us pop punk emo kids where like half the bands are doing like 20-year reunion shows, but then the other half are like, nope, we're still doing it. We're still making that emo music that you joked about on the clip we showed earlier. We're 45 now.
They're making music. It's like it's a little more indie now, indie rock. They toured with Every Time I Die, and it was actually a pretty fun show.
Funny you say that. Oh, I don't know if they're allowed in this draft.
No, they are.
But they are. So my first round pick is going to be Every Time I Die. That's where I'm going.
Amazing band. Longevity, amazing. They've put on so many bands. It seems like they're imploding as of like last week.
Yes, I did see that. Makes me sad. The lead singer, Andy Williams, is a wrestler in AEW.
Yeah,
he literally wrestles in AEW.
Crazy, man.
They're obviously of the heavier variety, but they are, in my opinion, as good as it gets of a band. Them and Brand New have been my top 2 bands in my life forever. Literally forever.
I love Every Time. I grew up on metal and like hardcore, so that was like from my dad.
Yeah.
Like we listened to that stuff, and then I got into like pop punk and emo by myself. But yeah, man, Every Time I Die hit all the notes for me. It was
yeah.
very, very good.
All right, Blake, you have your second pick.
Oh, this is probably my favorite band of all time, and I don't know, they don't really qualify here, but the Blood Brothers.
Oh,
Dude, do you guys fuck with the Blood Brothers at all?
I've
I
never
don't.
even heard that.
Are you kidding, dude?
I am
Holy
not.
shit. They
Every
were,
week on the show, I get homework. Now I gotta go listen to it.
It's like listen to Crimes is a good record to do. It has emo parts. It's got pop punk parts. It's got like hardcore parts. They are one of the most interesting, diverse bands ever, and I'm so sad they're not around anymore. But
All right,
man,
all right. I'm gonna check them out.
I'm queuing that up in the
All
Apple
right.
Music. Right.
oh,
Pluggo.
they're also I gotta warn you. One of the guys, there's two singers. One of their voices is a little grating at first,
Okay.
but you got to get used to it. But they're really
All
good.
Kinda like
I'm gonna check
Cody.
them out after too. Pluggo,
Yeah.
pick number 2.
Oh, jeez. So I got to take it back. I mean, I could just go all the heavy hitters. They're sitting there.
I mean, do it.
I'm gonna go with The Used.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that is a good one.
That was like peak like emo me. I was like, I just identify with a box of sharp objects.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
that was Bert's voice is just so, and I couldn't I loved it. One of the bands I regret I never saw live.
Yeah.
All right.
Every time they came around here, something came up.
Yeah. My second pick, I'm going to take one of the first bands. This was the first band that I heard that like had that like screamo vibe to them. I'm going Thursday. I'm taking Thursday.
That was gonna be my third pick. Good call.
Full Collapse, that album, Cross Out the Eyes, Understanding in a Car Crash. Like that's like a banger of an album. Patterson. Oh, did he drop? Did we lose him? No, right in the middle of the draft. Oh no.
He's like, you took my pick.
There he is. There he is. No, we're good. He's back. He's alive. He's alive. He hated my pick so much. He was like, "Fuck this show.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm out of here.
Thursday
sucks."
It's Thursday today. This sucks.
How was I not going to take Thursday on a Thursday? Come on. How was I not going to do it? All right. Blake, your third pick in the pop punk draft.
Okay. Census Fail.
Oh my God. One of my all-timers. I was hoping they would make it to me in this round.
Let it unfold you, man. Holy
Incredible.
shit. What a fucking record.
What a record. That band always ages me because that's my first, like one of my first bands into the drive-through records genre. Like we used to sit in school in like the computer lab, and my buddy was like, check out 187 by Census Fail.
Oh my God.
Because I'm over here at that point, you're like, oh, Simple Plan's on MTV all the time.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Like,
yeah.
I know people crap on Simple Plan, but
But Census
Fail was the band where
yeah.
it's like, you think that's hard? Listen to this, and you're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. It's your pick, Pluggo, first, but yeah, I was always into the heavier stuff of the genre, like you said. Like
me too.
Like in high school, my favorite band, like throughout high school, was like I love Slipknot, System of a Down. Like I was into the heavier stuff that was popular. Poison the Well. Poison the Well was big for me. I was a big Poison the Well guy. Opposite of December, fucking rules, all-time album. But yeah, so like I feel like my list will be the pop punkiness, but it'll be like more screamo side. I'll be on the heavier end.
Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys
pick number 3, Doug.
Here's the problem now. I feel like you guys are leaving like heavy hitters on the board where if I took them and you looked at my draft, you'd be like, that's awesome. But if I'm not but if I'm not picking with my heart like I usually do, like I say, I don't pick for the fans. I pick because I got to listen to it.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is what you're doing.
There's a whole bunch of these bands left, but if I had to go number 3, I got to take Finch.
Oh, I love Finch. Dude.
They had the one album. Now that's the one where they did the brand
Letters
new
to
thing.
You, Doug.
They had Letters to You, killed it, and then they're like, no,
What It Is to Burn.
Return to Sunshine. complete
That was completely different. Yeah, completely different.
It didn't work, but it was
Yeah.
it's still good. But no, oh man, I feel like I'm gonna just like butcher my own draft because there's
my
so
third
many
pick
options.
with my third pick, in my opinion, this band had a 2-album. So this is a screamo band, I would say screamo. In my opinion, they had a 2-album stretch that I think is like the best stretch of screamo music that has ever been produced. They are based out of Canada. I'm going with Alexis on Fire.
That's not how I thought you were going.
For me. I love Alexis on Fire.
It's not a bad choice.
I
Not
love
a bad
them.
choice.
Crisis
I don't hate it.
and the album before Crisis. I'm having a brain fart right now. Watch Out. Those 2 albums to me are like perfection screamo albums. Perfection for me. Alexis on Fire. And on that note, Blake, you have your 4th round pick.
Okay, so nobody's gonna fucking say it, I guess. The first 2 Fall Out Boy albums are fucking
incredible.
That's
Take This to Your Grave is, in my
fucking,
opinion, the best pop punk album of all time.
Right. I mean,
even that first one, Evening with My Girlfriend. Your girlfriend is fantastic.
Yeah.
See, that's why I said I'm gonna butcher my own draft because I could have took them right there, and that's what
I thought you were going to because I was like, oh, he's like setting up the
Fall Out Boy pick.
I was like, I'll take it.
Take it. I
should have the Fall Out Boy pick.
I should have. I wanted to.
They fucking put it. I mean, they put emo music really just out there.
Yeah.
So that album that blew up, I had like 6, 7 singles. It's crazy.
Yeah, From Under the Cork Tree, I believe.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, they're on the Mount Rushmore, I would say. I would think they're on the Mount Rushmore for sure.
For sure. Absolutely.
All right, Pluggo. 4th pick.
We want to talk about 2 album stretches with like screamo bands that like slayed, like Under Oath.
Oh, I love Under Oath.
Yeah, dude, that was gonna be my next one.
They're only chasing safety and define the great line.
One of my best moments when my like pop punk going to shows days was I went to a Warped Tour, and Every Time I Die played in the stage next to them. And this massive, just nasty pit opens up, like the biggest pit I've ever seen in person. So somehow I got pushed to like the front row of an Under Oath show. That's a wild scene. And like Spencer comes down and like grabs me and like has me screaming with him in the mic. And meanwhile, people are going nuts and I'm getting hit with like beers and like,
right.
Oh, you get beat up at some of them shows, but that's just that I tied that in really nice. Under Oath, those 2 albums were fantastic.
Oh my god, dude. And they were completely same genre of music, but like they're only chasing safety. Spencer screams like really one certain way. It's more of like the raspy screaming.
Yeah.
And then you get to define the great line, and he still does that, but he like added like that deep like growls.
Yes.
And it was like, and the music was so much heavier on Define the Great Line.
Dude, Define the Great Line is such a
incredible
banger, dude.
Dude,
I
you look.
That like 2 weeks ago,
oh man, it's the one. Yeah, Writing on the Walls is fantastic.
Yeah,
I feel like.
But You Look So Good From Here. You Look So Good From Here. That song, I think it's right after that. Man, so good. I'm sticking with the heaviness. This band is still making music, and like their last couple albums are still good. I'm going Silverstein. I'm taking Silverstein off the board.
He's out.
He was like, that was my next pick.
Those were my next 2 picks.
Under Oath and Silverstein.
I was like, you took Under Oath, that's fine. I wanted to say Silverstein anyways. Fuck me, dude. All right,
dude.
Yeah, okay.
In my opinion, dude, they still are good. They still are good. Like the new music they make is still good. Still good.
They were the poster boys for the all white background with like the white.
Yeah, for Smash Into Pieces. Yeah, but you want to talk discovering the waterfall. The Waterfront is one of the man. That is a perfect album. Perfect. There is not a bad song on it, and even the Shipwreck in the Sand is unreal. Like they're good.
The riffs on those albums are just fucking. They're so good. Yeah.
All right, Blake. We're at the last round.
Ruined it.
Yeah.
Your pick, your
fuck
last
me.
pick
Okay,
in
all
the
right.
pop punk
So
draft.
this is kind of a fucking whatever pick. I like this band. I fucking will defend them. A Day to Remember. I
Oh, yeah.
think like those first couple albums, man, they really fucking had a lot of cool shit going on.
Yeah.
I dig those dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I for those who have heart is still a
They
Yeah,
in
man.
the
Yeah.
rotation for me. And Homesick is still good too. They
I
got
agree.
popular with Homesick, and then it was kind
Homesick's
of.
yeah,
But
but
Homesick's
for those
still
who
real
have heart
good.
was the yeah, it is
Yeah,
good.
for those who
but
have heart
man,
is
for those
the
who have
yeah.
heart is
Yeah. But
They-
they're still pretty
they
good
were
too. Their
so
newest album
good.
is different, but
at playing
yeah,
both
it's not
sides.
that bad.
Like they played the pop punk side and the screamo
yeah.
side probably better
Yeah.
than most. Like you know, like Silverstein.
Fully agree.
You know what I mean? They killed it, but it wasn't like they perfected both sides. Like they were the first band. That's
well,
awesome.
A Day to Remember, the way that A Day to Remember
Yeah.
operated in my mind was they were like super duper poppy. Like you would hear that some of the parts and you're like, this is just a pop punk band. And then they would just have these brutal breakdowns and you were like,
dude.
holy shit.
Yeah,
And it was just
yeah.
like, you know, the transitions of it was crazy. Whereas a band like Census Fail or Silverstein or Under Oath, it was more of like a fluid,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it just like, it was,
Yeah.
ah, man. But I didn't remember, for those who have heart, rules. I mean, a lot of their stuff still rules,
Yeah.
but all right, Pluggo,
I
last
agree.
pick, bro.
This is where I said I knew like I would butcher my draft because there's only 5 spots and it's tough because I gotta kick somebody. I don't know who to kick. I got 2 and they're I'm gonna do it. Something corporate.
Oh, it's a good one.
I'm kicking one
Yeah.
of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
There was just something like if you see Jordan back in the day, the piano, it was just different. It was an awesome vibe. Good band all around. I feel so bad if you don't pick them. I'm just gonna tell you who my pick was.
So I have a couple bands. I have like my favorite current pop punk band that's been around for a while, but they're still current. I could pick. There's another heavy hitter that got like not Fall Out Boy popular, but pretty friggin' popular. That is on the board as well.
So in the chat, let us know who we missed because that's what happens. We always miss somebody.
I feel like I'm gonna go with Paramore, man. I'm taking Paramore.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, those
that
3
was,
albums,
that
to
was
me,
also on
those
my
3
list.
albums, All We Know Is Falling, Riot, and Brand New Eyes. Man, that's top-notch shit to me. That's top-notch shit to me.
Alex in the private chat, since the draft is done, nobody takes Blink 182.
That's yeah, we didn't.
Yeah,
we
nobody
didn't.
took Blink.
Nobody took
Nobody
Blink.
took
I
MCR. Nobody took MCR.
Yeah, nobody took My Chemical Romance. Nobody.
Alkaline Trio's on there.
Alkaline Trio was great.
Yeah, dude.
Newfound Glory. Nobody took Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
But
I would have took Motion City Soundtrack if I had one.
yeah, they were good.
That
was we got some good stuff on here though. That's a dope draft. So we'll post that online and we'll get the people to vote on who won. And then Blake, if you end up winning the vote, we'll let you vote on a future draft topic for Pluggo and myself. That's usually how we try to do it. But we only got a few minutes before we got to pass the torch off. Oh yeah, Bring Me the Horizon. That's another one. Hawthorne Heights.
Hawthorne Heights. I know people crapped all over Hawthorne Heights.
No, dude.
But
Silence in
Ohio
Black and White was dope. Silence in Black and White was dope. The album after is still good too. Listen to it. All right, we got a couple minutes before we got to pass the torch to Quizplex. So Blake, if you have any dates coming up where the people can find you on social media, plug your stuff, my friend.
At Big Rad Machine on everything, and then I will be next week. I will be at Planet of the Tapes in Louisville Friday and Saturday night, and then with my friend Rand Barnacle, and then I will be at Wiley's in Dayton, Ohio, the January 7th and 8th, and then the January 13th through the 16th, I'll be at Go Bananas in Cincinnati. So those are my next 3 big ones.
All right. We very much want to thank you for hopping on, man. This was a lot of fun. We'd like to get you back on sometime soon. Like this was a blast.
Absolutely.
Dude. This was a blast.
This was so much fun. I will absolutely come back.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Pluggo, we got like a minute. So do you have anything special to say or can I do the sign off?
I've got nothing to say tonight. No. Usually I have some big shoe. No, Blake, it was awesome to have you on, man. I think JPJ is going to slay all of our social media handles, so I'll let him handle that because I always butcher it. But it was an honor, dude. Thanks for coming. Open door policy. Anytime you ever want to pop on, you just let us know.
Oh yeah, thanks, dude.
All right. Yeah, dude. Hang on here, guys. Do not leave the chat. Do not leave the stream. A few minutes after us, we got a Champions edition of Quizplex. The last Quizplex of this year on Love Wrestling. Again, we want to thank Blake for being here. You can follow Pluggo at @Pluggo_. You can follow me at Joseph_Poulin Jr. right here. You can see him below our names there. Yeah, we'll be back here next Thursday at our normal time, 8:30 p.m.
Don't forget about our Twitter and our TikTok, bro.
Oh, yeah. We also are on Twitter at B2Beards. We are also on TikTok. What are we, B2 Beards on TikTok or Between Two Beards?
It's B2
Tell me.
Beards, just like
B2 Beards on TikTok? Sorry. God,
Between
we
Two
gotta get
Beards
out of
was
here, bro.
taken.
Don't stop rushing me. Was it really? I took that shit. Anyway, whatever. We got to get out of here. We'll be back here next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Thank you, Blake, for hopping on. Stay on for Quizplex.
Yes,
Until then, peace out.
Peace out.